Hello everyone, thank you for joining today's webinar covering Multi-Channel Order Manager, the intelligent order inventory and customer management made easy, utilizing Freestyle Solutions SiteLINK e-commerce platform. The agenda for today will give you a brief summary of who Freestyle Solutions is as an organization. We're going to discuss Multi-Channel Order Manager, or MOM, and the SiteLINK highlights, jump into a full product demonstration, and I'll leave some questions for you at the end. Briefly, Freestyle Solutions is known for its inventory and order management solutions. We have over 30 years experience, currently over 2,000 merchants utilizing our order management solution MOM to take and process their picking, packing, and shipping routines throughout the day. We are a company that was started by retailers with solutions for retailers. MOM has historically been an on-premise solution, and we recently released our cloud SaaS-based solution known as Freestyle Commerce. Today's presentation is going to cover MOM and SiteLINK, which we have a very strong reputation for the inventory management and synchronization between the web commerce SiteLINK side and the customer management. And it is both systems are fully PCI compliant. Just some of our sample clients are Bigelow, the tea company. You may have seen some of their teas in different supermarkets around the country. We have companies that sell cupcakes. We have companies like eBurnham that sells cosmetics, bedding, shop bedding, Cheaper Than Dirt that sells sporting equipment, electronics, the GPS store, and even large high-end furniture products that are pretty heavy, like at Wisteria. Now, the point of this particular slide is that MOM and SiteLINK are not necessarily designed for any one industry. The beauty of it is that there are features in the system that can pretty much cover anybody who is running a business and is looking to utilize full end-to-end e-commerce and order management solution. So some of the things that we hear on a regular basis is most businesses want to grow, and we know it is 5 times harder to gain new clients than it is to keep existing ones. You want to be able to efficiently fulfill and ship orders, and what happens is you definitely have orders coming in from your web store. Maybe you sell on eBay or Amazon, and then you want to be able to ship those products, and you integrate with UPS or FedEx or the United States Postal Service. And before you know it, you have 10 or 15 different programs that are supposedly running your operation, but none of them communicate with each other. So today what I'm going to show you is how easy it is to manage your web store with SiteLINK and deliver the best customer service possible. And we'll also be able to have a real-time inventory synchronization and ensure positive customer experience so that they can come back, maybe utilizing the points and rewards feature that's available right within MOM as a standard feature. Some of our third-party partners, Magento, eCommerce, Miva, Commerce V3, BigCommerce, those are just some additional e-commerce platforms that are available. Like I said, today we're going to cover Freestyle Solutions' own e-commerce platform, which is known as SiteLINK. You do have the ability to print your shipping labels right out of MOM utilizing FedEx, UPS. If you prefer to use the U.S. Postal Service, we have an integration with Endicia. If you like to get your products into larger corporations like Walmart or Home Depot or Bed Bath & Beyond, you may want to integrate using an EDI, an electronic data interchange, and we have a partner known as HighJump. And you could take and process your payments via Authorize.net, PayPal. We also support points and rewards, gift cards, gift certificates, electronic gift cards, and we do post over to QuickBooks and Sage 50 as well as a number of other accounting packages. So enough talking about it. Let's actually jump in, and I'll leave this slide open towards the end, and you can get in touch with us at the 800 number you see on the screen, 800-858-3666, and you can press 0, reach one of our sales associates, or you can just send an email at sales@freestylesolutions.com. So let's talk about SiteLINK, and I'll show you a sample store. So this is an example of what my store looks like. Forget the aesthetics of the site. What's more important is we want to talk about the functionality and how easy it is to build your store off of the functionality right from within the Mom system. So if I jump into Mom, I have a listing of a whole bunch of products. I'll show you how I got there. Just click on the little maintain or product, maintain stock items, and then I have a whole list of products. So for today's presentation, what I want to do is create a new department, and we can call it Voltron, for instance. So what I'm going to do under Options, we'll go into SiteLINK, and then I'm going to click on Maintain Departments. And here I have a listing of the departments, and you'll notice if I jump back, I have all of those departments listed right here. Okay, so I'm basically setting up my departments. Some e-commerce platforms call them categories, but what I will do right now is create a new department, and we're going to call it Voltron. We can call it children's toys. We can call it whatever we want. And you'll notice that it has a little option here to show department in store directory. That is what we do want, because I want it to be displayed on my left side navigation. Now, with a little customization, if you have the ability of using any Dreamweaver or any other web design type program, HTML editor, you'll be able to go in and customize the aesthetic and look and feel of your site. A good majority of the functionality is already built in for you. So you can put in a nice department image if it happens to be a sub-department on the secondary level, or even on the tertiary level, and then so on. Now you can put in a nice department description, and this will also help with your search engine optimization. And you'll notice we do have a nice little HTML editor built right into Mom. So if you don't happen to have one of those Dreamweaver type programs, you will be able to utilize our HTML editor right here. So we'll go ahead and we'll save this department. I happen to like it to be alphabetized. So let's just jump it up 1 or 2 clicks right there. So we have TUVW. So we have a new department, and we call it Voltron. Now, right here, I can go ahead and I can modify the department. If I wanted to, I can edit the description like I just showed you. I can edit that HTML, or what I can do is edit the product list. So I definitely want to add my product, and I'm going to search for a product that I know is in stock called my Voltron. And we have to first make it available on the web. So if you'll notice, if I click on Save here, the product doesn't display. Now, what I have to do first is go into my stock item, and I will look for my Voltron, and there's a little checkbox right inside of the Mom stock item screen, which it says right here, product is available on the web. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save there. Now, a second place where I'm able to associate this product into a department is right within the stock item. So I'm going to put it into our Voltron department, and maybe I also want to put it into a featured products department. So it'll display on my homepage, because I want to make it a hot seller. I want to get those moving today. Right now, I can go ahead and click on Save and Close. And maybe I want to put additional products into that particular department. So what I can do under Options, SiteLINK, Maintain my departments again, I can click on that Voltron department, and I can edit the product list. So we already know we've added the Voltron there, but this is that second place where I can add additional items. So maybe I want to put in another toy, for instance. So I'm just going to put in HPI. And I know I have this remote control Lamborghini there. So we'll go ahead and we'll select that and add that there. Now for me, I personally like to have items alphabetized in my web store. It's entirely up to you. If you create a whole bunch of new items, maybe I'll put in a baseball as well. So you can put a baseball inside there and save that. I can drag the baseball up to the top, and I can move my HPI up to the top. But since it's the Voltron department, let's make that one the top #1 product that shows. So go ahead and we'll make that one #1. So any questions? Looking good so far? Okay, great. So we'll close out this, and I'll go ahead and close out this screen. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish that particular department. So, and the products that go along with it. It's really this easy. So I just come into Mom on SiteLINK. I click on Publish Store Data, and then I just put in my password. Connect to my store. And now I know I created a new department, so I definitely want to only publish updates only. and I created a new department, so I'll include that. So at this point, all I have to do is just say Update SiteLink, come back into my store, and you'll notice that that department Voltron is not here right now. So if I hit F5 one time, now I have my new Voltron department. If I click on my Voltron, there are my 3 items that I just simply published, and I can also go into my featured products, which would be displayed on my homepage, and there he is. There's my Voltron toy. I can click on my toy. I have the ability of putting in a review. I have the option of, hey, you might also like. So right from within Mom, on the stock item level, I created an upsell or a cross-sell. So this here, it shows me that the update was successful. You can go ahead and click OK there, and I will look at my Voltron stock item and show you how that actually worked. So within the stock item, I'm recommending that, hey, while you're buying this, I think you might also like this. So we can go ahead and I might want to add an additional selling tool. And I'll go ahead and click on Add here. And we'll find not a substitute item. We'll call it a cross-sell. And at this point, I might want to say, since you're buying the Voltron, maybe you would also like to buy the Merchant of Venice. So I can do an F2 here and search for my Merchant of Venice. I know why they go along together. They don't necessarily, but I can put this available here. I want this item to be available on the web, so we can go ahead and do that. SiteLink, we have to make sure that that product is available, so we don't necessarily have to have a lookup, and it's available for both SiteLink and we'll even include it for phone orders and the web orders. So we're going to do that. So both SiteLink and non-SiteLink orders. So we'll go ahead and we can do that. We can save it, and now that product should be available. Now you saw me publish from within the publishing screen. What I can also do is publish right from here. So I can just click this publish button, and what it's going to do is it'll publish that product information and any changes. If I would have changed the description here, if I would have added any additional departments that I may want that to particularly go into, so we can go ahead and save that. You'll notice I have a nice short description. I have my departments that are listed here. Maybe I want to put it in my new products. So I can go ahead and do that, and I can publish that again, and now it'll be in another department. So it's really, really simple. I'm doing it all right from within Mom. Now on my Selling Tools tab, I have the ability to show my SEO, my search engine optimization, my keyword listing. So you see I can put SEO keywords go here. I can put whatever details, toys, boy, Voltron, and etc. I have different images that are available. We also have the option where you can put in hover images. So when you actually hover over that particular product, and I'll show you that on one of my other items, that you're able to get a nice high-resolution image zoom. And you have a whole bunch of items or images here that you can apply. But if you go back into the description, you'll notice that we also have that HTML editor. And I'll briefly just show you when you open up this HTML editor, if I would like to, I can insert an additional image right here. So you're not bound to just 8 or 16 images. You can have as many images as you'd like that will display for the particular products. So we'll go ahead and click on Save there, click on Save. And now what I'll do is just go ahead and we will update our site link one more time, put in that password. Connect to my store. Now this time, oh, I put in the wrong password. Go ahead and connect to my store. What I did this time was I created a custom cross-sell. An additional item, like an additional selling tool is what we call it. So if I look down here, I can just select these since last change, and this will be any additional order promotions or selling tools. So we'll go ahead and we will update SiteLink at this point, go back to my site, and I will hit F5, and I should have the Merchant of Venice that will appear instantly. Now that's pretty nice. So that's basically how easy it is to manage your inventory right out of the MOM system and make it available for sale on your web store. If I were to view the source code and I go in here and just view the page source, you'll notice that I have a nice page title. I have my SEO keywords, which I set up right from within the MOM system. I have my nice store meta description, which pulls directly from the mom system itself. And I also have a canonical tag. This is useful for when the product gets indexed on Bing or Google search results. You don't want it to necessarily be split amongst different departments. So like you saw, I put it in my featured products department. I also added it into the Voltron department, and I put it into the new products department. What I can do is just utilize this URL no matter where it is on my site. It's going to just index this one URL. So I don't have to worry about a third of it being indexed under the one department, another third under the second department, and another third under the other. So this will also help with your search engine optimization. So it's pretty nice and easy to do. Now, you'll notice that over here I have the ability to share on Facebook and a number of other social networking sites like Twitter. I can email this to my friends, or maybe I want to place this as an order and email it to my mom or whatever. I have the ability to do that. There's about 300 different selling tools or social networking sites that you can actually add. Now, if you'd like, you can certainly remove some of these, but what may be popular in Australia may not necessarily be as popular in New York or New Jersey. So you have the ability to leave these, which is what I would basically do if you'd like, so that way someone across the globe will be able to share it with their friends, and which will also help with your search engine optimization, because what happens is it lands on their page, and when Google and Bing and the other search engines send out their spiders, it looks, and what you have is external links. So it's not just looking through your domain and your page information. It'll actually see it on their Facebook page, on their Twitter page, or on any of the other social sites that are available. Now, with SiteLINK, you also have the ability of you have a back-end admin console. So let me log into the admin interface, and I'll show you. Now, one of the reasons why SiteLINK is so powerful is because not only do you have the main desktop store, you also get a mobile site that comes along with it. And you'll notice up here you have mobile settings where you can customize the design. Now, if any of you happen to have a smartphone, an iPhone, or an iPad even, or even an Android, you can go to this particular URL and you'll be able to see the product the way that I have them laid out on the mobile site. So let's talk about how you can customize your site. Under user settings, you might want to create different users. Maybe you want to allow one of your employees who is going to be responsible for your search engine optimization to be able to go in, but they cannot customize certain things. They can't change the site design. So you can create a special user and they can have restricted limited access. What payment options do you accept? Payment via credit card, electronic check? Do you want to also offer PayPal Express? Do you want to allow PayPal Bill Me Later? Do you want to accept points and rewards? Would you like to offer gift certificates and even gift cards? So you can see I enabled all of these. Now, you can also go into the cart checkout settings. Now, do you want to require a customer that they have to register before they log in, register before they check out? I say no, because I wouldn't mind a guest checkout. So you can see you can enable guest checkout, yes or no here. It's as simple when you have that. If you want to enable the live inventory update. So let's say you have 100 of these Voltron products in stock, and somebody goes and places an order over the phone for, I don't know, let's say 10 of them. It's a big wholesaler, and they buy 10 of them for you. They place the order over the phone. Now you want your SiteLINK store to know, hey, now there's only 90 available. So you can enable this live inventory synchronization. Your shipping methods that you set up within MOM, you can have also available for sale on the web. Now, I'll show you when we get into the MOM system, if you'd like, when you go under Maintain Shipping Information, and we choose different shipping methods. Here's a list of shipping methods that I have available. So let's say we'll just pick on UPS residential ground. We'll double-click on it. There's a little checkbox here that says shipping method is available on the web. As long as that's checked, that will make it so that the shipping method is available within SiteLINK. So we'll go ahead and save that there, and that's why when we go back into our admin, we'll be able to see UPS residential ground, which is here. Now, even though I made it available in MOM, maybe for a special end of the month or during the holiday season, you might want to hide, the residential ground. You want to only offer next day air, especially if it's like Christmas or Christmas Eve. The day before Christmas Eve, you might want to only allow next day air, just so that you can make sure that the majority of the orders that you're getting are gifts that can be made very simply by hiding those shipping methods here and enabling ship ahead. If somebody orders 2 or 3 items within the site, maybe they one of the items happens to be out of stock. Do you want to allow the order to ship ahead, meaning it'll ship those 2 items that are in stock, and then when the 3rd item comes into stock after you create that purchase order, it will then release it as a Part 2, or Part B is what we call it. So we can set that up. Another option that people had requested over the years is the ability to restrict certain countries from showing up in the drop-down menu. So if for some reason you sell certain products that are unable to ship to certain countries, it's as simple as just unclicking their option, and then it will remove that particular country from your drop-down menu. So it's entirely up to you. You have full control over what you would like to ship to. We also have some companies that use SiteLINK that are restricted. For instance, maybe they sell wine or some type of dietary supplement, and they're unable to ship to certain states. So you can do the same thing here. It's just deselect one of these states, and it will no longer be available for sale. They won't be able to add the item to the cart. They won't be able to, well, they'll add it to the cart, but at the checkout process, they won't be able to select or enter in that particular state. It'll be removed from the drop-down menu. As far as your customer management, do you want to offer a wish list? So just like an Amazon store, you have the ability of putting items into a wish list. You're not necessarily going to check out at that moment. However, you can come back into the store. It will remember what you have in your wish list when you log back in, and then you can go ahead and you can check out. Do you want to allow multi-ship too? So again, during holiday seasons, a lot of times people want to be able to place an order and ship maybe one item to, like for instance, Mother's Day, an item to mom, an item to your mother-in-law, an item to your sister, an item to your wife, of course. So do you want to enable multi-ship too? So that's an option that you can select right from within the admin interface. And you can see there's a number of other options if you want to require the bill to phone number or the ship to email address so that they can get the ship-in confirmation notice. In regards to how products are searched, I enabled all of them. I like to allow an advanced search, but I also would like to allow people to search based on the product title, the short description of the item, and I'll point that out when we get onto that Voltron item again, the full description, and then the keyword list, which is what I had set up in regards to my search engine optimization. So for instance, we have a client that sells a lot of items, and what happened was he found out that there was a lot of customers of his that were searching on his site for items using Xmas instead of spelling out Christmas. So he went into the different items that were associated with Christmas, and he put Xmas in there as a keyword, and that allowed those products to show up instead of getting a no products match your search results, which increased his sales. So it's something that was very, very easy. Now, in regards to the way that your products are displayed, you may notice that when I go into, let's say, my new products, I have what's called a grid view. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, and I can see a number of these products all displayed on one page before I have to actually start scrolling down. That's called the fold. Okay. Now, if I go in and maybe you don't necessarily want to show all these products in a grid, maybe you want to list them out in a list view. So you just click list view here, put 12 products per page, and then you just click on apply, and it'll say your settings have been applied. You click OK, and now when I hit F5, they are now listed out. So you have a couple options that you could see here. Okay. But again, I'm going to change it right back because I do like the grid view because it allows me to show my customers more products on the individual page, so they're not clicking through 10 pages of products if you start adding a lot of products to different categories. So we'll go ahead and do that. I will apply it. I'll say OK, and then with a simple refresh, I have my products back in the grid view. So you can simply do that. You can display what is in and out of stock if you prefer. If you don't want to show your customers what's in and out of stock, that's fine. You can just say no there. Now, when you create a purchase order within MOM, there's an option where you can put in an expected date. So if a product is out of stock, do you want to show the due date or the expected date of when when it comes in. So here you can see my setting is set to yes. Do you want to enable product reviews? So you can let customers go ahead and create a product review and even a star rating, 1 through 5, and they can put in that information. Now the nice thing about enabling the product reviews is that they don't immediately appear up on the website within SiteLink. What will happen is there's an area where you can go into to review the customer's reviews to make sure that there was no, let's say, foul language or anything. Maybe you don't want that appearing up on your website, and then you can go ahead and you can restrict that and decline that particular review. So if you'd like, you can enable reviews, but you can always just rest assured that you have the ability to control what reviews are displayed. Another thing why you would maybe want to review the reviews is maybe you get 10 or 15 or 20 different reviews. A lot of times you don't want to necessarily show all of those. So you can pick your top 5, and then maybe a month later you can go back in and you can approve 5 more and remove the original 5. So you can kind of keep it fresh, keep your site looking new, and you have the ability to do that. Do you want to enable recently viewed products? So let's say I click on the batteries here. Okay, you'll notice I've already clicked on the Voltron. So here he's recently viewed. I click on my iPhone, and now I have the Voltron and the batteries that are following me along. I can click on this little beach ball, and then I can click on maybe Dexter down here and get into one of his products, and you see it just keeps on adding recently viewed products. So I have the ability to do that. So if you're selling clothing, the reason why that may be helpful is if I'm looking at different styles or different shirts or dresses or maybe even jewelry, the customer doesn't have to remember exactly which department that product originally was listed in, so they can go back and they'll be able to find that product really easily because it's listed right down there at the bottom. You can also activate the product zoom, and I'll show you what that is. When I click on my BlackBerry product and we go into it, when I hover over my BlackBerry, you'll notice that I have a nice high-res image that I can display here. So that's just enabling the product zoom, which is pretty nice. Now, as far as the design goes, all SiteLink stores do come with secure FTP access. So you'd be able to get in and edit the style sheets. You can customize it. You can have drop-down menus if you prefer to have your sub-departments fly out, is what it's called, the fly-out menu. So again, forgetting the way my site looks, I just left it as one of the basic templates. But you do have the ability of editing, let's say, like the top navigation color, the font, any of the links. You can kind of customize. We make it really, really easy. If you wanted to change that, you can go ahead and do that. When you hover, do you want it to underline, not underline, things like that. You can change even the color. So some of those features are already built in. And if I click on Maintain Store Text Pages, one of the nice things is if I click on my home page, we have a built-in HTML editor as well. So from what you see here, this little athletic apparel image, that's what's displaying on my home page, my athletic apparel. I can add some additional information down here, and I can say this is a pretty cool SiteLink store. And then I can go ahead and click on Save, and then my settings have been applied. When I go ahead and refresh, this is a great SiteLink store displays. So again, you don't have to necessarily be a web developer in order to have some of the functionality that most really high-end Amazon-esque, if you will, websites offer. Now going into marketing and SEO, your meta tags. So here I have a listing of my home, my About Us, my sitemap, and so on. But it also lists out all of my departments. So if I wanted to, I can go ahead and just click on, let's say, that BlackBerry. I can put in the page title for the department itself. I can put in a meta description here and the meta keywords. So just like you can set up the meta page description and keywords within MOM at the stock item level, you also have the ability to generate your meta tags for the departments right here within the admin interface. If you wanted to edit the robots file, you can do that. Most of you may already have a web store, and one of the things that you'd like to do is enable a URL rewrite. This way, when you click on a particular product, it shows, like the Da Vinci Code here, it'll have your domain, okay? It'll have the product name that you give it, and it'll give it the actual product SKU. So you have the description, which you can see here, the Da Vinci Code, and then it also shows the product name. So that has that built in as far as your URL rewrite. Converting over from an existing web store, you can click on Maintain 301 Redirects. So if you built individual HTML pages, obviously your URLs are going to change because you have that nice URL rewrite enabled. You can put your old URL here and then enter in whatever the new SiteLINK URL will take. So if it was something like whatever, a bunch of ampersands and question marks and dollar signs, which don't necessarily help with your search engine optimization, you'll be able to put that old URL right in there, and then SiteLINK will allow you to build your own database, and it will create the new URL. So if anybody does have a favorite set in any of their browsers or whatever, and that old URL happens to get clicked, they'll be able to automatically get redirected over to your new page, and then that will immediately begin the new indexing for your search engine optimization, which is pretty nice. So that's all built in as a standard feature. As far as reports go, sure, you can run reports, orders by month, orders by year, referrals by URL. So if you happen to have maybe a source key that you may have generated within MOM, and I'll just go back into MOM real quick under Maintain Advertising Information, Source Keys. Maybe you have a friend who has a website. So I'll just pick, here, JRS link, and there's an option where I can put in, his URL here. If I land on his URL and then there's a little button that he has, or a little link that goes directly to my SiteLINK store, and you can see there's a whole bunch of internet source keys that I've created. Maybe you have Google keywords or whatever. You can have it so that if they searched from google.com, that'll go in. So when you run your profit by product by source report, which is a built-in report that's standard right within the MOM system, profit by product by source, you're able to keep track of where the dollars are actually coming from. If you're getting more people that are searching on Bing as opposed to Google, if you have a partner that has a link from their website to your website, you'll be able to see that. And that's also something that, if maybe they pay out anything, if you pay a royalty or something like that, you'll be able to easily be able to know where it came from. So as far as those reports go, there's your referrals by URL. You can run a list of how many sessions, how many times people come to your website throughout the day. You can create and view your wish lists. Obviously, you might want to know how many people have generated or added items to the wish list. Of course, a very important report for you may be the abandoned cart. Someone goes through the whole process of looking through your site, adding items to the basket, and when they get to the checkout process, for whatever reason, they close the browser. Now, you might want to know about this so you can get in touch with that particular customer and maybe say, hey, I saw that you were in the process of checking out, but for whatever reason, you failed to do so. Maybe I can help you go ahead and process that order over the phone, and then you'll be able to see that. Searching for orders, very easy. You can go ahead and look up customers based on their order number. You can search for them by their last name. So if you happen to know the order number, or maybe they call up on the last name and for whatever reason they want to edit or add new items to the order, you have the ability to do that. Since it's PCI compliant, some people want to purge all customer data. Now, we do have something special with SiteLINK, being that it is set up from MOM. If someone places a phone order and they go ahead and they get their order delivered to them, because SiteLINK is fed from the data within MOM, we publish up that order status and tracking information to SiteLINK. So whether it's an eBay, an Amazon, a phone, even a point of sale order, that data is published up to SiteLINK. So yes, if someone places an order on your Amazon store, so that's a great question, someone places an order on your Amazon store, yes, MOM does have the ability to publish up the order status and tracking information to Amazon, but it will also publish the order and status tracking information to SiteLINK. And that's really what separates SiteLINK from any of these other e-commerce platforms that you'll see, because they don't know that that order took place. But again, because MOM is the system of record that's feeding SiteLINK, that data gets published up there automatically. And you can set it to publish automatically in pretty much real time. The maintain add this, which I have here, this is that little code, that little script. If I went to addthis.com, it is free. You generate a little account, and they'll generate the code that you could literally cut and paste. You could sit that right there, and that's how I was able to generate this. I chose the one on the left side of the page. So if you wanted it to be underneath here, you can kind of customize it a bit and have the smaller icons display down there on the bottom. But for me, I chose the one that's going to be displayed on the left side of the page. And it's really that simple. It's a cut and paste if you want to include a live person chat. So a little chat window will pop up, and then you can have a few of your customer service reps on the end receiving the chats if a customer has a question. Instead of picking up the phone and speaking to a person that way, they have the ability of just sending a quick chat message, so you're able to do that. So those are some of the things that are all built in. If you have any questions about SiteLINK, you can always just click on the help, and it'll give you a nice little display. It'll walk you through any of those particular options. The SiteLINK database. Okay, years ago, the SiteLINK database was on the Fox Pro, but since we converted everything over to the SQL environment, being that Mom 9 is in the SQL environment and that needs a SQL backend, whether it's the full SQL Enterprise or Premium Edition, or for smaller businesses that are using the SQL Express version, all of our SiteLINK stores are built on the SQL, full SQL Enterprise database backend. So that's there. Now, in regards to your mobile settings, same idea. You can open up your store. You can decide that you want to. My store right now is enabled. If I wanted to close my mobile store and not allow mobile optimization, you can go ahead and disable that there. Your page settings, how many products that you want to display on each page, and then most importantly, the design. So, for instance, on an Apple iPad, for instance, you may be familiar with, if you go to a site that may have Flash, Apple doesn't support Flash. So you might want to put Flash on your desktop-based homepage or product details page. So you're able to do that. But on your mobile site, you want to disable that. So you can go in and maintain your store text pages and click on the little home button here, and you can see again, if any of you happen to have an iPhone or an Android type device, and you went to my URL, you'd be able to see that this is what it would look like, and then you can kind of get a nice idea of how the pages are set up to browse. So you can set some of those things up. Within SiteLINK, you can also, as a customer, if I wanted to, we'll go ahead and we'll add this to the cart. I can have this one item in the cart. I'll click on our Voltron. We might as well add him to the cart. So I'll go ahead and select him, add that to the cart. And you notice over here it says apply points. Now there's a feature in MOM that I could set that allows me to enable points and rewards. So under maintain system information on my global parameters, on the accounting tab here, I have an option to use points and rewards. So if you want to allow, let's say, every $15 a customer accrues 1 point, what will happen is that will also publish up to SiteLINK. So we'll go ahead and we'll save that. And if I want, I can apply those points to this order. We can customize. You can change the colors of the buttons. You can create your own buttons if you want, because you will, again, have secure FTP access to your site. So you can pull different images as far as throughout the design of the site. You're not restricted to just our basic templates. And you'll notice also down here, it will show customers also bought these items. So these are in addition to the recently viewed items. So again, instead of just having one order that has a total of about $50, $48.45, maybe you do in fact want to add, that Lamborghini. So you can go ahead and add that to the cart, and then it'll show, maybe some different items. Somebody else bought the batteries that go along with it. So we'll go ahead and we will add that to the cart too, because I'm going to need those. So now I can go ahead and proceed to my secure checkout. Now, I'm already an existing customer, so let me go ahead and log in, and that way you don't have to see me enter my name and address. Shows all my name and address here. We use that as the same as the billing. Go ahead and click on Continue. It shows me my items, what the total cost is going to be. I'm going to ship this one. UPS ground is fine. How did you hear about us? So I have a nice little drop down. Maybe I met Joe in person. Maybe I did a link from, if I wanted to, I could do a search on Google. Whatever, it would automatically have pulled that if I came from Google, but I just came from my favorite that I had up on my desktop. So I'll just say met Joe in person here. If you would like, you can put special instructions like hold the order. I'm going on vacation, but I want to take advantage of your promotion. So what we'll do is we'll release the order on, and then you can specify a particular date. You get the little calendar that shows up, and it'll hold the order. Any special shipping instructions, it's okay to leave by the side door. If it's raining, put under the awning type of thing. And then you'll see I have a number of different payment methods that are available. For this one, we're just going to put in a credit card number. So we'll just put in Scott Smith and then a card number. And I'll say that it was a Visa, and it expires September 2020. And I'll put in my 3-digit code from the back and go ahead and submit my order. So now what's happening is it's authorizing. It's going to check to make sure that that card is valid, and it's going to see if I have enough funds available. Okay, fantastic. It was. I have the ability right now to go ahead and print this particular order, or the receipt page basically, and you'll notice that I have an order number that was generated, so I can go ahead and continue shopping and place a new order. Now within MOM, I did not enable the automatic import. So under Import-Export module, there is an option to allow an automatic import, and I could have set it so that it chose my SiteLINK URL, okay, and left this screen open, and it would have downloaded my orders. Some of our customers have more than one SiteLINK store, so you can see I have a whole bunch of them to choose from, but if I would have left this particular screen open, the order would have automatically downloaded. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just manually download that order. So we'll go ahead and download new orders, and I'm going to put in that magic password again. Go ahead and click on process. It'll see that a new order. Oh, if I can get my password correct. And process here. Now it'll download my new order. It has been successful. Okay. So we can go ahead. If I wanted to, I can review that order. I'm just going to go ahead and process it. It'll bring those orders in. However many orders there were, it could have been 1, it could have been 100, could have been 1,000. But that's why enabling the automatic import feature usually works really, really well. So we just brought in 3 new orders, and it shows me the status starting number 2703 all the way through 2705. So we're happy with that. At this point, I can go ahead and review those orders. So let's take a look at, for instance, that order number 2705. And it should have a couple of those items that I had. The Da Vinci Code, my Voltron, my Lamborghini, and those AA batteries. Fantastic. I can go ahead and I can approve. There's Scott Smith's contact information. And again, because it's all PCI compliant, I only see a bunch of asterisks and then the last 4 digits of the card. So we'll go ahead and we'll approve that. I'm going to go ahead and pick, pack, and ship that particular order. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. So I'll save my order, close it, and now I will batch process. So I only selected that one order. You'll notice I have 3 here under my customer notices. I have a notice that's called IO, Internet Order Received. So not only does the customer get an email from SiteLINK that says that the order was placed and that they can print out the receipt, but I also have a notification that I want to send out that says, hey, thank you for placing your order. We've received it. It normally takes between 24 and 48 hours for processing. Stay tuned. Once we're done processing the order, we will ship it out to you. So we'll go ahead and we'll close that. I'm going to print out my pick tickets. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you what my pick ticket would look like. And this is processing the order within MOM. And you can see there's the AA batteries, my Da Vinci Code, my Lamborghini, and my Voltron, so I'm happy with that. We will go ahead and say and imagine that those printed out successfully. Now, my system is configured in a way that I have more than one warehouse. So what I'm going to do is have my warehouse manager go in, and he is actually going to assign this batch of orders or that particular order over to one of my shippers. So we can keep track of quality assurance just to make sure that the customer gets the right items. So now my shipper would walk in, and the first thing he would do is click on the Packer's workstation, and you can see he has a list of a whole bunch of orders that need to be processed, picked, packed, and shipped. So we'll select this one order. For those of you that are going to require barcode scanning, what would happen is you can undo the packaging here. you'll notice that on mine, I am not requiring the items get scanned. I'm letting mom say that it's all going to fit in one box. So here, if you did barcode scanning, you can scan the AA batteries, and it moves over. If somebody chooses the wrong book, and it's not the Da Vinci Code, it happens to be the Merchant of Venice, a window will pop up here, and it'll say that item does not belong with this order. So he goes back, grabs the right item out of the bin, scans the item, and he moves it over. So we'll just say that those all fit in here. Being that this is a SiteLINK demo, if I wanted to, I can go ahead and for some reason these don't all fit in one box, I can create a new box and drag the Lamborghini down into that new box. And that allows my shipper to go ahead and edit the order. But for simplicity purposes, we'll keep the Lamborghini in the original box, print out my packing slip, and I chose UPS, so we'll go ahead and we'll print that out. Now, my system is a live system, just like what you would use. So what's going to happen after this is it's going to, when I click on close and I process my shipping stage, I have one order that's in my shipping, and I'm going to go ahead and process that. It's going to want to print out my barcode summary report and my shipping manifest. So I'll show you my shipping manifest. I got that one order going ground to Joe Fantozzi. That's everything. Looking good. We'll go ahead and we'll hit print, and then I can exit out of here. Now it's trying to send the file. If you see up in the top right-hand corner, it sends a file to the UPS server. I get a little error message. I'm not really shipping Voltrons and Da Vinci codes, so I don't want UPS to come to our corporate headquarters to pick up one of our box for a product I'm not really shipping. But for you, it really would have sent and submitted that data over to UPS or FedEx. And in the same case here, whether it was 10 orders, 100, or 1,000 orders or more, the driver only has to scan this one barcode, and that represents all the orders that were on that particular manifest. So we'll go ahead and we'll print that out as well. So we'll get that completed. And now that looks like everything is done. The last thing that I would want to do is maybe send out an email confirmation notice. So I have an SH notice that I generated that's called shipping confirmation. So I'll go ahead and I will process that for my main warehouse and email the customer. So now he has tracking information. And before I go home, what I'd like to do is go into SiteLINK, and then I want to publish store data. Now, what data could I possibly want to publish? Once I put in that password and I connect to my store, I could scroll down, and I want to update the enhanced order tracking details. So when a customer logs into his site or to your site, they're able to view the order tracking and order status information for that particular order. So it'll go ahead and it'll update that. If there was anything that I wanted to, I can include everything, all updates. Go ahead and click on Update SiteLink, and it'll just start flying through all of my updates here. So as the customer, he goes in, hello, I want to go in and I want to view my account information. So I can go in, click here on my account. I can view my order history, and it shows me here the web confirmation numbers, any orders that were generated that were not from the web. You can see that right there. So there's my 2705 with the Visa card on file, and I have all my information. So that's basically how easy it is to publish from SiteLINK to Mom. We'll come on. I'll give you the contact information to our Freestyle sales team on our 800 number, 858-3666. This is really just a glimpse of some of the cool things you could do with SiteLINK. If you have any additional questions, feel free to call or email us here at sales@freestylesolutions.com, and we'll be glad to do a private one-on-one presentation with you. So the one thing, okay, here's a question that came in, is do you have the ability to host SiteLINK on your own? Okay, all of our SiteLINK stores are hosted with Amazon Web Services. So they're the most reliable servers that are available. The uptime is pretty much 99.9997%. We have a lot of SiteLINK customers, close to about 1,000 stores that people are using. We also offer customization, so if there are any features that for whatever reason are not out of the box, or you or your programmer, your web team, do not have the capacity to incorporate into the store, just let us know. We have a dev team that will be able to customize some of those functions for you. So feel free to get in touch with us here, and we'll look forward to speaking with you again soon. And thank you for seeing through our SiteLINK latest version 7.3 and the Multichannel Order Manager version 9. So I appreciate you listening, and have a fantastic day.